Howdy. Time to get going again. Oh, today, passion fruit. One of the better LaCroix. Alright, looks like everything's running. Cool. So, as it turns out from yesterday, um, this lead blocking thing was a lot harder than it was supposed to be. Excuse me. I think I got it. We'll run a couple of plays just to double check. But actually, this is the play I was testing with. So the idea was I'm going to run this, I'm going to blitz this guy way over here just to overload on this side so that this lead blocker would have to make a decision at some point. If this middle linebacker is fairly well blocked, he's just going to continue on his path. If the middle linebacker is free, this lead blocker should see that somewhere around here, because if they both start running at close to the same time, this is about where the lead blocker is going to see that. And the idea is that he sees, oh, this guy's a threat. I'm gonna get off my route and go get him. That was always the intent. It was a lot harder to get that to work than I thought it should be. Part of that is because I had some vector math errors with where the blocker was looking. I don't want the blocker looking behind him. I want him looking forward. So you can imagine as he gets about here, this D end might be coming around. I don't want him turning around and going and blocking that guy. I want him blocking what's in front, not what's behind. So that actually caused some weird, I don't know, weird vector math issues there. But anyway, when I got that fixed, then it was just pure logic, thinking it through, getting, testing it, making sure it does what I want it to do, and that was, I don't know, it was kind of difficult. You think it would be simple, right? If they're both running out and there's a guy that looks like he's free, go get him. How do you describe that in real time with math in such a way that it doesn't also do other things? Like I said, block the guy over here. Okay, well, he's not behind him, but what if he's like really close to next to him? Do I immediately break my route there? Well, what if the defensive tackle makes a good move and is kind of in between these two blockers? Do I then immediately bail off my blocking route and go block him? Because technically he's in front of him. So those are the kind of things I kept running into. Like if the angle was such that it looked like the guy was free, but in reality you and I would know he's not free. You got to be able to describe that stuff in math in a way in real time so that every time the situation comes up, the blocker makes the decision you want him to make. And that was proving to be kind of hard. But I think I got a good starting point. So let me run this a couple of times just so you can see. So he's running. There's nobody there. Even though some of the defensive linemen, maybe it looked like they were coming free, he didn't just immediately flip around and go block those guys, which was a huge problem I was having. That time the middle linebacker got blocked, but let's run it again. He's free this time. Boom. He bails out, goes and gets him. The first time I ran it, you saw he went and got the safety. That time he went and got the linebacker. So it looks like it's working. Here's a funny thing. Watch lead blocking on this route. So I've got 3 lead blockers. And I'm not going to amp up the offensive linemen because these pass rushers are actually having their way with the offensive linemen. So it's kind of funny how quickly all these lead blockers bail out. Let's just put it in a zone. All right, watch it. So both running backs are lead blocking and this guy's lead blocking. Watch this. Right? This guy, I blocked that guy. He just bails out immediately. Those running backs are over here blocking for nobody because the offensive line did such a bad job that they're out there blocking going, where the heck is the runner? I love it. If I jack up the offensive line, like I'll lower the defensive line, give it a pretty big bonus. Um, they actually do a much better job, and then everybody runs their route and blah blah blah. But that it's funny when it's even, how quickly that play gets blown up. I think that's hilarious. All right, so now that we're done goofing around with that, um, all right, we're gonna start looking at passing. Um, and there's so much going on. I turned on all the AI now, all the offensive AI that I have. So there was a lot more in there than I remember putting in there. So I must have had like a couple of good weeks in there. Got a whole bunch of component AI done. So what we're really looking at is I'm really focusing on is pass blocking and route running. But we're going to get to see a lot because the quarterback AI is in there, or the throwing AI, not the like any sort of pocket presence or pocket awareness or like scrambling. I don't think there's any scrambling AI in there, but reading receivers and throwing is in there. Um, I think receiver adjusting to the throw is in there. I forgot to check to see if screen blocking's in there, but we might put together a screenplay just to see. So that could be a bunch of things. I don't know if Blitz Pickup's in there. I think it might be. We'll try all of it out just to see what's working and what's not working. So let's just run this play just to see where we're at. I'm actually gonna jack up the offensive skill a little bit to give the offensive line a little bit of an advantage just to see where we're at. So here we go. So there's a little pocket. What they're doing while they're bouncing back and forth. Ooh, nice. He was open. Why they're bouncing back and forth is because the AI is set up that it wants to maintain a 3-yard pocket, 3-yard radius pocket. So they push to push the guy back. Once the guy's outside of a certain range, they kind of drop back, and rather than just blocking, continuing to push this guy downfield, he just says, all right, I've done my job. I'm going to drop back. And it's so pronounced right now because the offensive skill, pass blocking skill is 60. And if you played the previous game, you know that skill is almost always has to do with decision-making time. So what you're seeing there is he's pushing, gets him past that 3-yard pocket, and then you're just waiting for and then he realizes he's got to drop back. But then that's that decision-making cycle has to go through before he can make another decision to block. So that amount of time is that time he's allowed to keep moving back. Oh, make a new decision and move forward. So if I crank it way up, you should see less bouncing. Let's go 95. You'll see some, but it should be smaller. Yep, smaller bounces. And that's because the decision-making time is a lot shorter. I don't know that I love the bounce visually, but I don't know. I mean, functionally, it works. I don't know what else I would do, though. Maybe the problem is they're pushing them out too far. And if I just make sure that, like, as I'm pushing a guy, that I just don't push him past where that pocket is. I don't know. It's kind of a detail. It's really not a huge deal. Although it's only a huge deal when you're smothering the guy too. Like if I lower this down so it's even, or even give the defense a little bit of a bonus. You see, you don't see the bouncing as much because the defensive linemen are able to like make moves and things, and the offensive linemen are spending more time dealing with the moves. They make them even. so it doesn't look as bouncy. It only looks bouncy when the offense is dominating the defensive player, and that defensive player just can't do anything except just get pushed. Try to go in, get pushed, push back out, get pushed back out. So maybe it's really not that big of a deal. But anyway, all right. So all right, I looked at that. Let's I want to look at some of these routes real quick. So the reason I have this guy running just a straight route, what I'm looking for here is, in fact, let's do this. Let's make it man defense. What I'm looking for is the receiver trying to get around defenders. So that's the number one thing to look for. Are the receivers trying to get around defenders? Are they trying to avoid collisions? I ran into a lot of issues with collisions in the passing game early on when developing this, and I think I got it. Even both previous engines I had some issues with that. They got slightly better as we went, but guys getting stuck on each other on routes is really annoying. So let's just see. Let's see. I'm gonna crank up offensive skill because these buttons here. It's kind of my little tool for cranking up skill. It raises and lowers skill across the board. So like offensive skill raises not only the offensive line but also like receiver skill, quarterback skill, running skill. It's just kind of a catch-all. Oh, he doesn't even have anybody covering him. Well, that was a terrible throw. Alright, well that's not going to work. Let's try... Let's say I got 4 guys. Oh, this will be easy. Let's just take the running back out of the pattern. Let's put him on Blitz Pick Up. Let's delete his route. Put him on Blitz Pick Up. Alright. Why is he... Oh, duh. This guy doesn't know that he's in Blitz Pick Up. Oh well. Well, let's just run it. Let's see if everybody else is doing okay. Alright, reset. Let's get another guy. Let's just put safety 2 in man defense. So I just want to make sure I got a man defender on everybody. There we go. Now we'll see if he gets around his guy. Yeah, he did a little bit of a side move to get around. I don't see anybody running into... Ooh, that was a good throw. I don't see anybody running into anybody. It's usually on man defense where we have these issues. So they're all finding... Right there, that was pretty good. A little bit of traffic. Everybody seemed to find their way pretty easily. Let's create some crazy traffic. So let's take this guy. Let's have him just kind of do this. Let's see what happens there. Alright, nobody is stuck on anybody. They didn't crash. Nobody there crashed. That was a good throw. Alright, let's take the running back now. Let's make him a receiver again. And let's get him into the traffic too. Let's see, probably something like that. Let's try that. Oh wow, they did a pretty good job of avoiding each other. That's not bad. A quarterback's not bad either. He has a hard time with... Well, the quarterback skill is only 65, but they seem to have a hard time with this route. I remember that from development before. That was a problem. Alright, so let's try something else. Let's do a screen pass just to see what happens. Alright, so this is going to be a pass. Let's take wide receiver 1, screen block, receiver 2. It's just decoy route. Wide receiver 3, screen block. Actually, this isn't a great play design, but I'm going to do this just to see what happens. Wide receiver, or running back 1 is going to be a screen blocker. Right out there. And running back 2 is going to be the receiver. And let's crank up the delay. Let's save this. Let's put the defense in zone so I can see. So I give it time. And see what happens. All right, so they run their routes, they stop, they wait till the ball's thrown, and then they go block. That actually is pretty close to what I want. Ooh, I don't like that. All right, wait, let's... All right, so the screen blocking itself. So the way that I want this to work is they all set up for their blocks and they wait. And as soon as the ball leaves the quarterback's hand, that's when I want them to start blocking. Now, that delay, because there's a little bit of a delay, watch. Throw, then they block. That might just be their decision-making time. So let's crank offense skill all the way up to 95 and see if that delay changes at all. Yep, it does. Okay, so that's just decision-making time. Cool. God, I can't believe I actually had that in there working too. Man, I must have done a lot of work. All right. Screen blocking scene. Well, actually, you know what? Let's actually just didn't watch them block at all. I just watched them go. All right. That guy beat him, but these two guys seem to block their guy okay. So there's a receiver. He misses his block. These two guys hit their blocks. Oh, that seems okay. Wonder why he misses his block. Let's, what else should we try now? I can't believe that works. Screen block. Blitz Pick Up. Let's try Blitz Pick Up. So let's not have running back 1 do that. Let's have him Blitz Pick Up. And the way I think I have Blitz Pick Up working now is I don't think I do routes for Blitz Pickup anymore. I used to have you would tell him where to go to pick up the blitz. I think the way I do this now is it's by where the player is when the play starts. So because he's on the right side, he's first going to scan the right, the center, from the center to the right, and pick up any blitzes there. If there are none, he'll come across to pick up a blitz on the other side. And if there are no blitzes, he'll just help pass block. I think that's how I have it working. So in order to test it, let's blitz somebody from this side. And I'll send him out wide just so that we can actually see if he goes out to get him. Because otherwise, if he just kind of goes like this, he might, who knows, he might be helping out with the end. So let's see if that AI works. So we're watching this guy. Goes up. Yeah, he didn't do nearly what I thought he was going to do. Let's try it again. Who is he blocking? He's getting that guy, but why? Let's blitz another guy. Let's just see if it's an assignment issue. Blitz. Let's blitz this guy too. Oh, yeah, he's going over there that time. Why? I wonder if I have the pluses and the minuses wrong. Yeah, he still should try to get him, though. Let's do this. I don't know, let's just send him even farther. Let's just see. Well, he's going over there to get him, and he's doing the right thing. If that were the assignment he should do. He's not going after him, though. So it's good that I got that on tape. So let's do this. Let's take this guy off. Let's just put him in man defense. I mean, who cares? So now there's only one blitzer. He kind of... He might have been trying... Let's do this. That defensive end is... He's bugging me. Let's put him in run rush. Because it's almost like he's lining up to catch him as a blitzer, but he's just going about it in a weird way. Let's do this. No, he's just not going after him. I don't know what to do. All right, so I gotta do some work on the blitzing. Did I break it? I did. Break it too. Let's put him in zone. Normal zone. Okay. Actually, no. Let's put him in man. Let's see what happens. Let's take our blitz pickup guy. No, dang it, man. Let's take our running back 1. Let's put him back in screen block mode. And let's look at what the blocking assignments look like now. That's not bad. This time the wide receiver got picked up correctly. Or the corner got picked up. But that's because a different guy went picked. This wide receiver just cannot block for some reason. I have no idea why. He just can't block. I'm a little bit... Let's look at this again. I was going to say, I don't know if I love the quarterback making that throw, because there seems to be a guy in the way. So let's put a zone defender right there. Because there should be something for the quarterback to say, no, this isn't a good throw to throw. Yeah, I don't think that I must not have that in there. All right, so that's something for future Sean to look at too. All right, what else should we look at? Let's look at this blitz pickup again. I just had an idea. So I know I gotta have the quarterback look at is the guy covered, and that didn't look right. But let's do this. Blitz pickup. Let's put them both in blitz pickup. And just to see where, if I flip-flopped them or if there really is a logic error. And what we'll do, let's do a hard slant with this guy. Let's do... I want this route again because I'm concerned the quarterback can't hit this route. Second read, wide receiver 3. Let's do a nice out. So that means I got to blitz these outside linebackers. Blitz. Blitz. There. Let's see what happens. Oops. Oh, I forgot to click pass. Good throw. God, I can't tell if they're picking them up or not. It kind of looks like they're picking them up. Let's give the offense more skill. Let's just really make a huge difference here. I don't think they're picking them up. I have to check the tape for sure, but I don't think they are. Let's do this. Let's send these guys way out. Now we'll check the tape. I don't think they're picking him up. No, he's shadowing him. He's shadowing. They're shadowing him. Why isn't he blitzing? That's interesting. All right, something else to look at. Oh, let's check the receivers. They're all running fine. Why is he not finishing his route? It's weird. Let's put the guy in man. I wonder if it's something to do with him being open. He's not finishing his route. That must have been, I think that was an interface error. When I was resetting and stuff, there must have been an interface error there. Because now he's doing his route. He seems to be throwing that route pretty well. He's leading him a little bit, but that doesn't look too bad. He was covered. Alright, well that looks pretty good. I don't know about this pass rush stuff. Let's test. There's one last thing I'm going to test. Let's just put this side of the line in run rush, this side of the line in pass rush, and just look at the difference. I don't know if I've done a ton of work on the difference. Let's do the difference. Let's put our linebackers back in zone. Just so that I can get a good look at what everybody's doing. I'm in zone back there. Look at the difference. Put our running backs. Let's make them decoys just to get them out of the way. I just want to see the line and the two different styles of rush. Oh man, that dude got smoked. I wonder if they're both just pass rushing. I don't see any difference between the two, and they both look like pass rush. Yeah, I think they're all just pass rushing. Why is he getting smoked so bad? The offensive line should be killing these guys. God, he's just getting killed. Both tackles are getting killed. There's something going on there. both those tackles are just getting just roasted. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? All right. Glad I got that on tape. All right. I hadn't planned on looking at that, but I'm glad I saw that because now I gotta figure out what the deal is with that. What else could I test? Put on tape. I mean, while I'm doing it, pass block, blitz pick up. Blitz pick up needs some work. Clearly, screen block. I'm actually kind of happy with that. Receivers look pretty good. Pass rush and run rush needs work. We'll save coverage for a whole different thing. Oh, let's spy. Let's check spy. This is new. I haven't done anything with spy yet. So the way spy works, spy is basically like zone defense on the quarterback. Yeah, I guess that's a way of describing it. And the idea is he's just going to follow the quarterback. And let's crank up the delay before the pass. Wherever you put the spy, so like if I put the spy right on this line, he's going to keep that depth but follow the quarterback. If I put the spy way up here, he's going to keep that depth. Yeah, like if I spy back here, he's going to stay way back there, and he's going to shadow the quarterback. So let's see if that logic actually works. Yeah, not even close. That not even close. Where is he going? He's still running. Okay, so spy doesn't work. Blitz clearly has some issues. All right, so the defense needs work. All right, so we'll figure that out. Spy, come on, man. How about the rollout? Let's look at that. Hey, quarterback rollouts work at least. You know, so the pocket went with them. That's a new feature. Quarterback rollouts. That wasn't in any of the other ones. So there you go. That's new. That works. The spy doesn't work at all. All right, that's good enough for now. That's enough embarrassment for my my AI right now. All right, so I'll work on getting all those things that we noticed tightened up. Yeah, it's the weekend coming up. I could probably get. I have a feeling I can get almost probably all of that tightened up by Monday. If it looks good, we'll do another stream Monday and lay that down on tape. And I don't know, maybe we'll start looking at coverage because I know coverage is an area that needed a ton of work from the previous game. I just never was really that happy with coverage, so we'll have to focus on that a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I think that's good for right now. So yeah.